This is a moment a solo game developer dreams of. We're in a bar with the first printed prototypes and brand new asymmetrical multi-Nekthar decks, and the question on my mind was simple. After all this effort, did the core of this game even work? Was it going to be a masterpiece or an absolute disaster? There was only one way to find out. Hey, I'm Andre. I'm creating a TCG from scratch, and I'm reporting each step of the way on this series called the creation of a trading card game. Or whatever. Just subscribe if you didn't yet and watch the previous episodes. Because this is the 8th episode. It means that we are on this for 8 weeks straight. And on this episode, actually, I want to talk about the current prototype. So just for context, here is the very first version of the game, the basic one, the beginning of all. Just poorly drawn cards, very fast, as you can see. Not many thoughts put into this. I mean, there is a card of a man, literally a man. The idea of this deck was just to start testing the game on its all, if the goal would be achievable, if those numbers are legit, if the action and the mechanics fit right to the game, what are the rules of the game, etc. So basically you have the green deck here and the pink deck here. There's just 25 cards each, which are pretty much copy-paste. They are not asymmetrical at all. This was literally just to see if the game worked. Then later on, I made the second version of the deck. The point of this second version was to increase the number of cards of each deck. So we have 60 cards on each deck. That it's probably the outcome that it will end up being on the actual game. I tried to improve a little bit the ambience and the feeling of the game, taking into more careful design the health points place, the production, the deployment, adding some new features, new rules, new mechanics, and creating cleaner version of the previous deck with more cards, with custom characters, not just simply animals and random kitchen objects. I actually managed to playtest this with another person, so this broke the solo playtesting phase of the creation of this game, which was very important to start having additional feedbacks and to test further the mechanics. We have 2 decks, we have the green as well, and here we have the purple one, but they are still symmetrical. They are literally the same. They have the same cards here and there, just with slightly name differences, but still the stats and everything, they are completely the same. Now, over the last week, I felt that it's time to start creating asymmetrical decks. It's time to start focusing on the lore and the world building of the game, having each faction having their own characteristics and playstyle, etc., having their own characters and a lot of things. I also realized that it's not sustainable to keep designing each card by hand, one by one. And every time I need to change a card, I have to create a new card by hand, which really time consuming. So it was time to digitalize, to start going to the computer and printing the samples of the cards, which will be much easier to edit and to create more, to delete. It will just be much more time efficient to keep producing this. Also, one new thing about these decks of this version 3.0 of the game is that we are mixing nectars. So the production of the capital is not a single nectar like before, which was just a very basic standard rules to test the game. Now we are getting into a much more complex part of the creation of this game. It's much tougher to create and balance everything, especially when creating cards that differ. The effects differ from one deck to the other according to their lore and world building. We have different characters as well, Those are AI generated just to have some fillers, to not have only white cards like this one, but we still have a lot of white cards. We have already some of the illustrations that I did on the last stages on the creation of the characters and the lore. You can see the previous videos, the creation of these little guys, and that's basically it. Also, this version 3.0 of the decks is going to be the very first version of the deck that I will put two people playing against each other, and I'm not involved, so I just want to see if the rules are clear. Invited my two friends, Ricardo and Tiago. Here you can see Ricardo, who already played the game a couple of times with me, and here Tiago, who never had any experience playing TCGs before. Here, of course, it's our Nekthar to make us strong enough to pursue this playtesting session that took a few hours. Of course, I was mostly observing and taking notes from things that could be improved or needed some attention. I was very happy to see that Tiago, even without any TCG knowledge or experience, both in playing or collecting or anything, managed to capture the rules of the game and how to play very quickly. In just about 10 minutes, he was completely independently playing against Ricardo and being very competitive. The games were, some of them a bit shorter, some of them a bit longer. The last game was kind of epic, it took 1 hour. But basically that just proved that the game is in a very sweet spot regarding the learning curve to start with from zero to very good playstyle in just about 10 minutes, which made me so happy because that's the core goal of my game design. I want to make a game that is super accessible for anyone to just start playing, and suddenly they are already able to kind of master their hand and their playstyle. It was also great to observe the tension that was rising from the minute one, and after a couple of games, this is a footage of the last one that took about 1 hour. This epic game, you could see that they were already more excited to play, you know, that they wanted to play once again, and they were even more driven to do it better this time. That now that they captured the rules better, the playstyle better, they wanted to do, you know, just to steal the victory from the other. In the end, Ricardo won all the games. He even played against me and he won against me. I don't know if he was born to play QBÖS, if it's this life destiny that it was waiting for him all this time. But yeah, he was very good. He was the champion of the night. He won all the games, 100% victories. And this concludes the video of today, where we covered all about prototypes, the different versions that we already had, the current version, the 3.0 version that is currently being play tested, and I just wanted to share that with you basically. On the next video, I think it's time to explain the actual rules of the game and teach you how to play, because that's important, right? So see you on the next video.